Boom.
Hello.
There we are. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our fancy little stream. We are down a player today. Someone had some fancy work stuff to go do, so we are playing without DM tonight. But that's perfectly fine because Dan is going to be our keeper. So we have a little bit of a new flavor, and we're trying to do that for you guys anyway, just so you get kind of a variety of storytelling styles and emphasis in the adventure. So we will all be playing Keeper. We still aren't live on Twitch? What?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we are.
Wait, we just popped up now.
Okay.
You're live on
We exist. Switch. Let us know if we exist.
Yeah, I will hop in there real quick.
We're on Twitch. I see.
Which I was like, I think I just got the notification, but that might have been Facebook. But as is tradition for the Uncanny Pros, there is a minor technical hiccup, and we will be off to the races as soon as that is done. Watch
We're
the
not
sound.
professional technicians.
No, but we are fabulous performers. So hopefully you guys stay for the story. All right, I see us in Twitch. And that should be good. Hello, Aloof Puppet.
Hello.
Welcome.
Back.
Welcome.
Cool. So for those of you who are tuning in for the first time or haven't caught fully up on our adventure, we had quite a time getting off the creepy island that we all got woke up on in various places. And then this past week, we ended up in the university library because a variety of clues led us there that we ourselves had been doing nefarious things at the library, which was real weird because none of us remembered it. So we went to the library following the breadcrumbs of clues. And lo and behold, there was a dark eldritch fog beast that separated us, terrified us, wounded several of us, and then we dispatched it. We did not burn it, though. We didn't burn it down. It was a thought. I was like, we could just burn all of it down. But then I was like, wait, I don't know if we want to actually burn down our library. I feel like that might complicate the law enforcement angle. But anyway, so we didn't burn anything down. We went down into the basement, and we discovered the guy who had taken us to the island. The wizard. Oh, my God, my brain.
Jason.
Yes. I was going to go with his last name, Grayson. Jason Grayson. Thank you.
That's kind of fun. Almost alliteration.
Twin brother of a professor that both Rose and Edith have. So we were like, oh, weird connection. Anyway, he gave us his speech of megalomania and how he's so much better than everybody else, and he doesn't even really care that we're trying to stop him because we're ants, and then disappeared with his 2 hench wizards and all of his hellhounds. And we left. We did see a very strange person go back into the library, and then we were like, no, we are too tired for this, and also the cops are coming.
Let's clarify. Rory, who was a bird at the time.
Okay, bird is gentle, and hungry little duck.
I was a duck. I was a duck. I checked it out, and I decided, no, I'm not about that, and left.
Rory, who is a duck.
Rory
Anyway.
was sometimes a duck.
So we are back at the house. There was a little bit of, I don't know, there are some tensions arising, some friendships arising, and we will see where we go from here. But I'm going to be watching the stream to see if the freaking commands that I put in are actually active, because they should be, because I deleted all of the other commands.
Theoretically, you could
No.
make us do things now.
Nope, it still says DM.
Okay.
Will make it whatever team. I'm gonna.
Don't do commands still, but later, please do. When it's not this, or
Save those
anything that's
points.
currently happening.
Save those points. For those of you who are new, you get points for watching us. You can use your points to impact the story as soon as I get stream elements to do the thing it's supposed to do. So anyway, without further ado, welcome to our next episode of Weldport. It gets weird here.
Indeed, it does. And perhaps weirder than normal, this is my first time running Monsters of the Week. For any aficionados out there, I apologize for what is certain to be my utter amateurism. But hopefully, I will have a fun and engaging story for you regardless. Everyone, it's been a few days since the events at the library. Enough time to settle down. No one at the school would take it too askance if Edith and Rose were to take like a mild hiatus.
We've
After
been gone for 2 weeks, so
and the police were involved, and so
We were only a little kidnapped. It's fine.
only mildly kidnapped. It was a B grade kidnapping. And after all of that, if you needed a few days off, that's fine. But the time has probably come where it's, like heading into the weekend, you should probably start going again next week. During this time, everybody has been trying to settle back into their normal routines, like having to deal with everyday life again. Starting, of course, with Michael, who I believe was having a handful of issues with some agencies.
Got all kinds of problems. He's promised Lieutenant Deacon Dalton that he's going to help him close all those missing persons cases through the notes that they recovered off the island. And he's still got to get his van. He has a parking boot on it. He's got that. He has 1,000 parking tickets on it for being kidnapped in 2 weeks.
Yeah, where do we open? Where do we open on Michael? What's he up to right now? What's the early part of his morning devoted to?
He's at the hotel in the room adjacent to Thomas, and he's on the phone trying to get the parking boot off. He's paid his tickets, and he's still running the bureaucratic red tape.
The person on the other side of the phone says, "Sir, I'm sorry. I understand that you're having a difficult time, but this is not the number you need to be calling. The number that you need to be calling, I understand if you put in the wrong input,
No,
redirects to here.
the number
but-
you just gave me was the number I called. They gave me your number to talk to you.
Sir, I understand you're frustrated. Your tone is not making this any easier, sir.
I'm being very
understand.
pleasant and polite right now. You don't want to see when I'm frustrated.
You're having a very difficult day, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to call that number again, though, and this time you're going to have to be a little bit more specific with the nature of the problem, okay?"
It's
Okay.
pretty simple. I've paid all the tickets. I'm trying to get the parking boot. If I was a kidnapping victim, you can check the police report. You can ask Lieutenant Deacon Dalton. He'll tell you everything.
Sir, I'm sure that your kidnapping was very harrowing. I believe that it was a very difficult experience for you. I'm sure that I could check out all sorts of records, sir. You're just going to need to call that number again. And we'll go ahead and switch from Michael dealing with that incredibly difficult circumstances over to Rose, who is currently at the house. What does your morning look like right now as you get back into the swing of life? You are currently muted.
Well, once we patched up the wall, because that was gross, she has started a new blog. It's her little Instagram page. She started taking pictures of normal things in her life to remind her that normalcy is okay. So she's probably setting up like a way too heavily Instagrammable picture of her coffee cup and several cookies. And she's
Awesome.
gonna like click. Okay, perfect. And then she'll shuffle them because she doesn't like that kind of cookie.
How much effort was put into them?
A lot.
Go
Too
ahead and
much
roll me
effort
sharp.
for a picture.
Go ahead and roll me sharp.
Okay. 7.
You know what? These cookies turned out well. They turned out well, right? Like, no, it's fine. Like, maybe the bow ties don't look exactly like a physical bow tie or anything, but everybody's going to understand that it's a bow tie, right?
Right,
They're gonna-
right. It'll
they're
be
going to
fine.
get it. It's
Mhm.
fine.
She adds 4 more hashtags to explain what they're supposed to look like.
Okay, perfect.
Hashtag bow tie cookies. Hashtag how cute.
As you put those off to the side, Rari, currently wearing a hoodie, and a pair of really badly torn up jeans, walks by and says, "Oh, Rose, darling, you're going to eat all of those yourself, are you?"
Oh God, no! If you want them, they're yours.
All right. And instead of stooping to pick up one, he picks up the tray and begins to wander off.
Like, do you want the coffee too?
Oh, actually, no. I was going to go get myself one because I have a coupon.
Right. No, you're right.
No, I'm sure your coffee's great. I'm just
Oh,
interested
God,
in
it's
trying
not
out
good.
this one.
But do you want company? I'll come with you.
Oh, don't bother yourself. You stay there. I'm looking to get a bit of me time.
Fair enough. And she'll kind of go back to setting up her posts.
And lastly, we will cut away from there to Edith. Edith, what is your morning routine like? What are you settling into? What does everyday life look like?
Settling? No. We are not settling. We are rewriting the paper that did not get written. We are actually submitting several projects that we did last night because they didn't get finished over the last 2 weeks. I cannot do another semester of this college. I'm done. I was already old when I got here. Now I need to just leave. I just want to be done. I just want all of this. So everything has been fine, but I have not been taking a break. I have gotten 2 very good papers. I've gotten 2 averagely good papers that will only be worth half credit. So I need to do an additional 2 papers so that I can actually get back up to full credit, so that I can get the last of the classes done, so that I can be finished, and so that I can go have a normal job, and so that all of this can be done. But also, I have not been sleeping because you know what? Because we have weird eldritch beings in our backyard. And I spent 6 months in committed. 6 months. Do you know what it's like to be committed by your parents for 6 months until you finally agree that all the stuff that you actually saw happen didn't happen? Yeah, no. So I cannot say that stuff happened again, but it's all happening again. And I cannot call my therapist because my therapist will put me back there. And Rose wants to find out all about how this is, working, and how she hasn't been there. She will go there because she will end up anyway. So that's been Edith.
I imagine you're perched over your desk right now, like surrounded by like a computer and crumpled up
There's old
notepad
dishes.
paper.
I haven't left my room for 72 hours.
As he is passing by, Rory, cookie firmly planted halfway in his mouth, with his hood up, just like kind of walks by, then like does a double take and leans around. Burger.
What?
Group.
Are you okay?
Hmm.
Is everybody okay?
No, everything's fine. Edith,
What?
I'm going to get some coffee. Would you like some?
Yes. Can you get me that the triple red eye thing that they have? The other. Yeah, they have a triple red eye. Get that. Bring me 2 of them, because I'm almost done. I'm almost done with this last project. Before I start the next project. So, it's all good. Also, my Russian homework is not coming along well. If you have time, can you help me with my vocabulary? Like just a few flashcards. That would be fabulous. If you could just help with a few flashcards. I know it's not like one of your wheelhouse things. It's not mine either. I suck, but I can't take this class again.
You know what, Edith? I'm just going to start with a coffee, and we can go from there.
2.
2 coffees.
I'll Venmo you. I don't have money.
What's it?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I got a coupon.
Okay. 3. Make it 3. 3?
The last one's not going to be hot by the time you drink it.
It doesn't need to be hot. I don't even taste it anymore.
Right. I'll be back.
Okay.
as he goes ahead and steps out. And we are going to
Wait a minute. I think Rose knocked on the door.
go ahead. As Rory is leaving, though.
Hey, Edith.
What?
Okay, that was a tone. You okay?
I'm fine. How are you so calm?
Well, I've slept.
You don't have time for that, honey.
I know. And she's going to come in and she's going to kind of gently start moving her homework aside. And she's like, hey, they're going to give us extensions, okay? They're going to do that because we were kidnapped. At least that's what normal people believe. It's going to be okay.
I want to be done.
I know, but you have to sleep. And honey, you haven't come out of here in several days. And I think you need a shower too.
I'm fine. No one else is in here. No one can smell what it's like. We're
Okay,
fine.
but that's not a reason not to clean yourself, honey. Come out.
You know
Let's get
what?
you
In the
some
Middle
food.
Ages, no one took a bath until they were like dead. I think
Well,
you had to
Edith,
do it when
You're
you
not
were,
making an
very-
argument that we're people from the Middle Ages. Why don't you come out and have lunch? And then I will help you with this paper because I've written one just like it.
That's plagiarism. I will get kicked out for that.
You're not going
I
to turn
cannot
in my
make it
paper. I
through.
just can help. I can help.
Okay.
Please, some lunch, hot food, not something you microwave.
Okay.
Okay, come on. And she'll kind of like offer a hand to you. And she's like, I have a cup of hot coffee downstairs if you'd like that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, come on.
Yes.
And she'll kind of take her downstairs to the coffee that she had set up for the picture.
And as Edith leaves her room for what might be the first time in an age, there is a knock at the door a few minutes after Rory's left.
I'll get it. You sit down with that coffee right now, and she'll go get the door.
I'm good. Where's my book?
You don't need it. You're drinking
need my
coffee
book.
right
I
now.
found my
You're
book.
drinking coffee and disassociating.
Fine.
And she's going to go to the door.
On the other side of it, you find one Michael.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Rose. Is Rory around?
I think he was just leaving to get coffee.
Is he coming back then?
I would assume so. He said he
Alright.
was getting some me time. So anywhere from 20 minutes to 5 or 6 hours.
He doesn't have a phone, does he?
I think he might, but I couldn't tell you if he'll answer it.
He has a phone. He doesn't like it.
There you go.
Okay. Do you mind if I wait inside for him?
Yeah,
a little
come on
while.
in. And she'll step aside.
All right.
Like, so how's Thomas?
I don't know. He wasn't there today. He's still sorting through issues. I kind of be expected.
No, right.
Physically, he's fine. So
Good. Well. So,
listen, I've ordered some body armor for you and Rose.
I'm
some-
Rose.
I'm sorry, for you and Edith. Sorry. It's going to take a little while to get here. I've also ordered you guys some guns. We're going to do some training. If you're going to need to at least be able to defend yourself a little bit.
I'm willing to try. But body armor? Does that like fit under outfits? Because I'm not gonna look like
Probably not for you.
This all
I'm
the
getting something for myself that I can wear under clothing.
okay.
But if I also have other more serious stuff I wear sometimes, if I have, if I know what's coming, it'd be something. It'd be soft body armor, but at least provide you some protection.
Fair enough. So we haven't really had a lot of time to chat. And I would like to know everything you know about us. At some point, doesn't have to be right now. Just kind of curious about how long you've been stalking us.
I was following you for a couple days. I wasn't stalking you. I was being paid. Well, it was assignment. It wasn't personal interest. It was professional.
Right. Still kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to not be totally creeped out by it if we can just have a discussion about who and why a little bit more in depth.
Basically told you there
basically
was.
said that I wasn't a witch, and that was all. And that's cool because I love not being a witch.
Well, not. We thought you might be trying to summon demons.
Right.
And we're pretty sure you weren't, unless maybe when you were mind controlled, but that wasn't any of your fault. So
Cool.
you're not of concern to anybody right now, other
I'm
than
glad.
maybe as a victim.
Awesome.
Which, since I've known you for I've been aware of you for 3-4 days now, and you've been in danger for 25% of that time. So
Most of it, yeah. It's been a fun time. But honestly, I'm having a pretty good week. I'm feeling much better. We're not being murdered. And my assignments are getting caught up slowly. Not at the speed in which Edith's are getting caught up, but they're getting caught up. And, I started a new Instagram page. So we're having a good week.
And we are going to cut away from that to Rory, who is out currently and going to one of the finest coffee places in town, which I actually believe we have a name for, but I forgot to pull it up in front of me, as he brandishes his scavenged coffee gift card, taken from one of the dead bodies at the library. He's practically skipping along, just excited to be able to experience the power of this money that somebody else loaded onto this slip of plastic. And after getting there, he leans over the counter, makes a comment along the lines of, "All right, I don't actually know what all of these Spaniard words that mean the different sizes of the coffee are, but give me 4 of them. I think all the biggest ones, venti, maybe. Well, a few of those. And they give them red eyes, like bloody ones, I think." After his order is completed to the best of the poor barista's abilities, he steps back outside, holding one of those little drink carriers inside of a plastic bag. And as he is exiting the parking lot to walk back, there is a thrumming sound behind him. Bit of a roar. He doesn't recognize it at first, but it is the hum of an engine of a series of motorcycles. And he turns around to look, and then upon turning around again, he bumps his shoulder into someone. Doesn't quite get a clear look at them at first, and as he stumbles back, looking deeply offended and brushing himself off, prepared to engage, sees that it's someone about 6'6", probably around 285, 300 pounds, with their face entirely covered by a bandana and a pair of black goggles with a motorcycle cap. He leans over and says, "Fella, I don't think you want to go around bumping into people all rude like. You never know who you might do it to." And we will go ahead and cut back to the house, where our 3 comrades in arms have all been hanging out for about 3 hours at this point.
Like I said,
And Rory has not returned.
20 minutes or 5 hours. You want to try calling him, Edith?
He's gonna be fine. He has to come back.
Can you call him, ask him when he thinks he might come back, please?
Did I hear you say that we're getting guns?
Yes.
Yeah, and armor, but I'm less excited.
I'll take both. Also, I was a championship rifle student in high school, so I think I'm fine. I just need rifle.
You hit a message. Wait, what are you saying? It does. It holds my voice. It holds my voice in the phone when it. Who's calling it? It's a block of plastic. Who would call it?
Yeah, I got his voicemail, and he's not going to check that. So
Should we go find him?
he's coming back, guys. Well,
It's just been a really long time.
are you worried?
No. He's fine. It's just also been like 3 hours and he was just going to get a coffee. And wasn't he getting coffee for you?
Yes, but you've been giving me coffee.
Well,
Yes, but he doesn't
that-
know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me sharp, Edith.
Move my desk setup. 8.
8. The way that things are structured, thinking back on it, since you did ask him directly to do that, it's kind of a little bit strange that he could even manage to not be back by now.
Shoot. You guys have already been kidnapped.
Why do you say that?
That's such a jump from he'll be fine.
No. He's supposed to be back because I actually specifically asked him for 3 red eyes. 3 triple red eyes.
What exactly is he anyway?
I also have that question.
He is my friend.
He's not really your friend. He's
He
Hey, he's a good
somewhere between a slave and a friend. What
he's
exactly
not a
is he?
slave. No, he is not a slave. And he was very upset when I referred to him as not a person the other day. So
If
he
he
is-
were truly your friend, you wouldn't even refer to him that way. He's obviously something. Just what is he?
I don't actually know. He came in the coin that my sister left before she disappeared.
Have
I'm
you asked
getting
him what he
you.
is?
I think it's from where she was. So I was hesitant to even do anything with it, but then he appeared and he has to do what I say. And
sounds like a genie.
I don't think so. He has a very Irish accent all the time.
Genies can't be Irish?
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Technically speaking, a genie, a jinn is an Arabic word for a demon. So
I am
instead of
stuck.
having an Arabic accent or anything, can't you just force him to tell you? Well, can you summon him with your coin, or at least figure out where he is?
No, he's a physical thing. He has to get from here to there.
Have you
I
ever
think
tried-
he's mostly bound by our rules while he's here. I don't know about when he's in the misty realms of wherever the heck.
Have
but
you ever tried using your
he
coin to find him here?
Maybe a more normal choice. Do you just have find his phone? Didn't you buy it for him?
I did, but I didn't put. I feel like this would be a luck point. I don't.
You can either just use your luck points or roll real high on a retroactive sharp from when you were buying it.
Let's roll real, because I am iffy on if Edith would have.
If you roll, you can't spend a luck point after. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm rolling. Okay. We're gonna see if Edith thought about this when she bought the phone for Rory.
All right, give me 10 plus.
Oh, that is a 4.
All right.
So Edith did.
No.
Edith
All right.
hears that and is like, "That would have been great."
I wanted him to be able to go places without me. So
I'm
thought
going to go
that-
out and see if I can get the boot off the van.
And then we need to go find Rory because I think he's been kidnapped. And if he's been kidnapped, who knows what he's going to do to those people?
I've spent enough time working through the bureaucracy. I'm ready to try to pick it off. Is that a act under
I don't know. That
pressure?
depends on the way that you go about it.
I'm trying. He has a complete lockpicking set. He was private eyes. He's broken up quite a few locks. So
Okay. Let's see. That I think that would be. Yeah, give me your cool roll.
Okay, so that's a 13 total.
13 total.
He's pretty good at cool.
You begin to set out to work, and this is fairly effortless for you. You, once you have finally decided that it is time to make a move and no longer deal with the shenanigans of waiting for government assistance, this is like slipping on a glove for you, and the device falls right off.
All right. And he's going to say that because he's watched, he knows which woman he's been talking to on the phone. He's photographed her leaving work. He's going to put on her car next time she's at work, and just so she can deal with it then.
All right.
Does he tell us this, or is he?
No, he's putting the back of the van.
I swear-
Rose?
Yeah.
He doesn't talk a lot, does he?
No, and even every time I feel like we're going to have a conversation, he gets so quiet. It's kind
All
of
right.
like talking to my dad.
I got room for one up front, and there's not a real seatbelt in back, so it's not completely legal. But when you can sit in back, when you sit in front, we'll drive
I'll
around
sit in
and
the
find this
back.
place.
Fine.
You sure? Do you want to be able to see him? Because you're gonna be able to see him
Rose
better.
knows what he looks like. You know
All
what
right.
he looks like.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
unless he's a duck again.
Right, like I feel like I know what he looks like normally.
Is he allowed
But
to
I've
do
also
that
seen
without
him
you
as a
telling him to?
terrier.
I mean, actually, I didn't make a. I didn't make a rule about that one. We'll be adding that to the list. I wanted him to be able to be with us and be on the college campus, but I was also, he was magic, and my sister was not involved with nice magic, so I wanted to make sure that he couldn't hurt other people. So the basic rules were do what I say and don't hurt other people or burn down houses or flirt with any of my friends.
As this conversation continues, you hear something outside.
Please tell me
sounds-
that's a motor.
It sounds like the humming of several motorcycles.
Just kind of peek out the curtain.
As you do so, you witness four figures outside. They are all dressed head to toe in black with different forms of mask across their face, biker goggles, and matching helmets with different various patches all up and down them. With one particularly shiny patch on the back that has a picture of like an Old West desperado made out all in like shiny chrome decal style.
Am I familiar with this gang? Have I
Uh,
an all investigation?
why don't you go ahead and roll me sharp?
That's a 9.
9. You could definitely remember. You may have seen it at some point. It sounds like it was amongst like some of the outlaw biker gangs and stuff you may have had some experience with. However,
They're not major
for
players.
one, like it's nothing you'd have read about in recent events. They seem to be
have-
standing out there waiting.
Do they have Rory with them, or is it we don't recognize anybody there?
You just see the four figures out there on the bikes, kind of like waiting around. They are seem to be talking amongst themselves, but they have very clearly come to a stop while sitting on their bike still outside of your house. Rose is capable of seeing that they don't have like firearms, but one of them has like a lead pipe and another one has a big heavy chain like wrapped around his body.
Can I help you, boys?
Do you step outside? Do you call from the window?
I was in the getting my van thing undone.
Oh yeah. I had pictured you going back inside. But you stay out there and you call out to them as you see them congregate around.
Yeah.
Okay. All four heads turn to you, kind of slow, and they shift to talk amongst themselves again. And the one with the chain around his torso, starts walking over to you. Is this the household of Edith and Rose?
Who's asking?
I just want to find out. Go ahead and give me another sharp roll real quick to ascertain a bit more about this.
It's a bad situation.
Mhm.
I'd call it a bad situation.
I'm gonna go for cool then. Yeah, 9.
9. Okay. Something about the movements that this person is giving you feel completely unnatural.
Can I see any skin?
No. His body language just feels very off. And he something about it seems kind of like restrained. I'm just going to see who's home. Excuse me. As he
Rose?
starts
Go get a
walking
curtain.
over towards
Get a
the front
kitchen
door.
knife. Don't touch the curtains.
She closes the curtain. We've been watching.
The curtains move. Just go get a kitchen knife. Two of them.
I go into the van and go into the safe.
I'm so fuzzy right now. I'm a fuzzy boy tonight. Work with me, camera.
Edith, what do? We don't answer the door.
Go get a kitchen knife.
I go.
Excuse me.
Go away.
No one's home.
No, we're home. We just don't want to talk to you because you're weird.
I'd like to speak with Edith and Rose.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Okay. About this time, Michael emerges in the back of the truck with a sawed-off shotgun.
Okay.
He's got his truck back. He's got all kinds of toys now.
He's got his truck back.
At that point, you see the other three kind of like stumble off their bikes as well. Now,
Rose.
All right.
down the gun.
Will they talk?
That's not going to
We
happen.
don't have to talk face to face.
I don't think you're gonna like how this goes.
Probably not, but you're going to like it even less.
You're
Okay,
making
okay,
me pretty
okay.
angry.
If we talk to you, will you guys leave Mike alone?
Yeah, we're
We
talking.
want you- We're trying to have a talk. You should come with us.
We're having a talk, a nice
Yeah,
one right
we-
now.
We can talk right here.
No. That's not how it's supposed to be. You're gonna need to put down the gun.
Who sent you?
You need to talk to Garfield.
The cat?
And with that, he just starts like stumbling at you very quickly, just rushing his body over.
Is there more than one
shouts,
coming at me?
just the one for now, but
Okay.
the others getting off their bikes seem to be preparing themselves as well and like crouching down.
Okay, Rose, did you go get your knives?
Yes, I have a knife.
Okay, give me one.
Okay. Do you do anything as he approaches, coming fast?
I'm moving off the side and doing a butt stroke to his thigh as he's coming.
All right, roll. Try to kick some ass.
Ugh, 9.
9. Okay. No, that's good. You how do you try to hit him? Where?
Just in the thigh, try to dislocate the knee.
Okay.
Just, distal femur.
Okay. Sounds good. As you do so, you hit pretty hard, and the texture of what you hit surprises you. It's got a lot of give to it. It almost felt squishy. And you do hear like kind of a popping sound, but it does not delay his body language as he then seeks to grab a hold of you. And he holds on to your shoulders, and in the course of it and all the flailing around and you butting him, his bandana falls down from his face to reveal a sickly, mangled jawline. Has kind of like half of its lips intact. It looks decayed and decrepit, and several like yellowy greenish looking teeth show through the gaps. Just hold still. It's fine. I don't have to eat all of you.
Okay.
You don't have to eat any of us. No.
And the other 4, 2 of them come back around, seemingly stumbling towards Michael as well, as the other 2 start to rush towards the house.
Okay, so
Or
there's
sorry,
one,
1 is going towards Michael, 2 are going towards the house.
so there's one
one is
already at
coming
the
up.
door.
That one peeled off to go mess with Michael.
Gotcha.
So
There's 2
And
on
out
me,
of the
2 on the door.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So there is a because we're in the Pacific Northwest. There is a umbrella stand right by the door,
Mhm.
and Edith has a knife that Rose thankfully brought, and she's gonna grab one of the pokey umbrellas from the stand and be like, Rose, we gotta go help Mike, and charge out the door at the 2 that are coming because
Oh my god.
Okay, so you're just rushing them using your umbrella as a lance.
so I have
Yeah, yeah.
the umbrella is like, yeah, the umbrella is a lance, and it you
I
know
will
what?
say that Michael's spent some funds to get your house fixed up, get a security system installed, get the door, reinstalled, and improve the deadbolt. And
Yeah, but we're not going to let you fight 3 mangled weird
2.
creatures.
Right.
We're not going to let you fight any of them by yourself. There's more of you. There's more of them than there are of you.
In any case, it's happening. Roll to kick some ass.
Also, Edith is a college kid who might have questionable, sense at this point.
Fair
And
enough.
it's just like, I'm sick of this. Get off my freaking lawn. Ugh. So who rolls first? I guess I roll.
You go first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roll to kick some ass. We'll find out what
Oh
Rose does in
dear.
a second.
Oh dear.
It's not what you want to hear at the start
Well,
of
that
the
was a 3. So
Okay. So it honestly works perfect. It goes much better than you're expecting, actually. You rush out, you have your lance at the ready,
and my knife.
and
I have 2. I have 2.
yeah. Yes. And as you charge them, they're just kind of slow and awkward, and the umbrella slips inside and continues pressing on through until the umbrella is entirely lodged in this person's abdomen, seemingly without bothering him a ton. And he stops, looks down at it, turns his head up back at you.
And I push the button to open the umbrella.
Okay. It doesn't it opens on the other side of him. And he looks back. Rose, what do you do?
Well, I guess we're making bad decisions. So Edith charges out with her lance, and Rose is just gonna run behind her and like right into this guy's shoulder
With the kitchen
with the
knife?
That's what she's got.
Okay.
Especially
sounds
after
good.
watching the umbrella plan not work the way we had thought it would.
Okay, roll to kick ass.
Oh God, no. So it's a 2.
Okay, sounds good. You take.
You know the good thing about this gaming system; those are worth experience ticks or whatever.
That's true. It's great. We're doing great.
Okay, you see yourself. You have visualized. You come down. You are prepared. You are a combatant, and as you are going to throw it, just throw your arm back, and the blade goes whirling through the air behind you as you bring down your hammer fist on his shoulder.
Oh,
And now the creatures will take their turn.
not too late to talk. It's not too late to talk.
As the second one on Michael goes. Fortunately, you are using the force of your weapon to be able to push away at both of them and create distance. Use the angles to your advantage so the second one can't really get in. But the second one does kind of just like get up on top of the first one to try and crawl over and fall onto you. It's all very clumsy. The one on Edith, or the one that has Edith's umbrella within him,
Stuck to Edith.
this one is just grabbing your head, and he is like shaking a little bit, seemingly just restraining himself so hard, but the pressure on your head is very intense, and you take one harm from being squished a little bit.
Okay.
And the one on Rose, this one is just like trying to grab onto you, but falls over as it is doing so, and just continues to like use its torso, which seems to be a much more efficient method of movement for it. Michael?
Okay, gets distance by pushing out the shotgun, transition the pistol, do a fatal drill, 2 into the chest, 1 to the head. And these are silver tipped hollow points with holy water in the hollow point. He's been doing this for a while.
Okay. Roll.
So that's a 9 plus 2, so 11.
11. Okay. As you fire through you said 2 through the body, 1 through the head?
Yep.
Okay, so your 2 rounds enter the body. You do not see like exit wound spray or anything. They seem to like just kind of enter, and you see what looks like, it's not a flow like you're used to with blood. It just looks like something kind of like gooshes out, like there's a thick
Ichor.
molassesy ichor that kind of like pours and stretches slowly, like hawking a loogie out of his guts. I'm sorry, I know I'm doing things to you right now.
Gooshes. I love it.
No
That's your point.
gooching. No gooching.
And the one that aims for the head, that one enters, and actually like you see a bit of skull dislodge from his head, and you see what looks like a fetid black brain beneath with some like fluids as he swishes around, just kind of like tumbling out of it, you know. And that actually causes him to like stop for a second, and he falls over as he has taken a lot of harm, and goes, "No, oh, we shouldn't be fighting. We shouldn't be fighting. Oh no, we're here. We're here to talk." And by now the goggles are kind of drooping down too. And under the skull crack, you see like one eye that is aiming at you but is kind of milky, and the other one that is like turned up and away at an angle. And at this point, it becomes clear to someone with Michael's level of experience, whether or not you've actually physically encountered them, that you are engaged with a zombie. But a remarkably eloquent one, given the
Articulate
state of it.
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Um,
So the one
you-
that go ahead.
if anybody chooses to react to what he's doing right there, wants to, you can.
Well,
So stop fighting and we can talk.
He grabs the leg of the other one that's up on you right now, and he just kind of pulls back and ends up yanking off the other one's leg. And he picks it up and watches the other one like flop and fall next to you, who keeps like flailing on the ground for a second and then just kind of like sighs. And then using his comrade's leg as a post to pull himself back up, looks at you, one eye staring back at you. I'm sorry. We don't have very good impulse control.
but you know the phrase impulse control.
Yes, I studied English at Berkeley.
I'm sorry.
I thought most Berkeley students were zombies.
So what do you want to talk about?
No, the magic man.
Which
Be more
one?
specific.
Rory? We're like, which magic man?
He was very rude.
Rory.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And Irish.
Rory.
He was not helpful, but he said that Edith could let him be strong enough to eat us, and then our boss hit him until he said where Edith was. Who's Edith?
Who's your boss?
Garfield.
Edith.
You can roll sharp again if you want, with the additional context you've received.
Figure who Garfield is.
To put together a few things I've dropped from your experience.
8.
8.
12.
Ooh.
12. I think that that is a very good roll, so I'm going to give you something, that you would be much less experienced in this than Michael is. Michael, you experience like your experience with zombies itself is like, probably a little bit spotty, I'm guessing. Your experience with gangs is probably a little bit more thorough. But one thing you can tell from looking at the clothes and everything is that they're old. This is someone who might have been in the ground for a while, but buried in the gear and paraphernalia. Rose, you have a name that springs to your mind from like old newspaper clippings that family and stuff might have had about. Looking at that symbol again, you recall the name, the Chrome Bandits, and the fact that this was a group who was operating as a sort of like they were a motorcycle gang, and they dealt in illicit activity, but it was also kind of like a separatist group who was trying to like set up an autonomous collective at some point.
What kind of motorcycles do they have?
These ones look shiny and new. They look they got Harleys.
But not Panheads or Knuckles. These are like Evos or...
I'm sorry, you're asking someone who knows less about motorcycles than these zombies would.
They're newer models, not like...
Yes, these are newer models. These aren't the old big ape hanger choppers.
All
right, if we...
hangers on a modern one. That's all.
I said old big ape hanger choppers. Old. Anyway.
If we agree to come and speak with Garfield, can we take our van?
Oh, that would make more sense than you holding on to me. I gotta hold on to this now anyway, until we can do something with it.
And
which leg did he pull off?
The left one. The other guy is over there leaning next to you.
Excuse me. Could you give me a hand up?
He's like, which one is he leaving next to? Me or
Michael. Because it was the other one engaged with Michael.
I'll go ahead and give him a hand.
He's just staring at your hand like, oh, God. Oh, it looks so good. As you pull him up.
An umbrella guy is just chilling.
Yeah, he's just kind of like back and forth there. Umbrella still unfurled on the other side of him.
Yeah. You can keep that.
It does rain a lot.
It does.
Back to Garfield.
We'll follow you.
And they all just kind of make that noise together, looking at each other, or like one after the other, and nodding. And that noise kind of like transitions back into the hum of their engines as they start like gunning them again. Seemingly, the muscle memory of maneuvering these bikes is far more natural to them than their walking or crawling was, as they seem to handle the bike with little to no issue.
Even the guy with only one leg?
His leg has currently been given back to him, and he is maneuvering his handlebars with one hand and using the other one as a sort of stick, like holding on to his femur while he like uses it to like press whatever needs to be pressed and like move the kickstand and stuff.
Wow.
You should be fine. You can do everything. Yeah.
He moved the kickstand, and then he just like kind of held it there, so it stays in place.
All right.
I'm saying he can do it.
I mean, sure, he could load it up onto his back.
But what are hard, but
I'm just saying, like, are you gonna like, where else is he gonna put the leg?
So Edith, why don't you help?
Do you want it in your van?
Rose,
do you want the zombie leg in your van?
No.
Okay.
I got
thought
the
so.
car boot in there already.
Okay.
Edith, you can hop in the
Guns.
back.
Yep. Rose in
Okay.
front.
Okay. Do you all follow the zombie bikers?
Yep, turn on all
Yes.
the surveillance, so we're running cameras and recording everything. Hey, Edith, there's a gun locker back there. It should be open now. There's 2 things of body armor. There's a tan one. You put that one on. There's 2 M4s. You grab one of those. Put on a gun belt. You put one of the Glock 19s in the pistol in the holster.
It's all a
Okay.
bit dazzling looking
Big one.
around like at the various armaments and equipments and everything in here. Like I'm assuming that Edith is like, okay, this one, but Rose, I'm assuming, is probably more along the lines of like, yeah.
There's also in the workbench. There's a little drawer. There should be a key in there. That go and unlock the drawer on the driver's side down low. You'll find a couple of 1-gallon jugs in there. Grab those out there. That's holy water. You might need that.
Against zombies?
Couldn't hurt. They want Rory to destroy them, so I'm thinking holy water probably won't hurt either.
Here you go, Rose.
Oh, thank you.
And
You
your
got-
gun. And your other gun.
Okay.
No, Edith, those are for you. You know how to use them.
Oh. Well, Rose can shoot a gun.
Give
I don't know how to do that, but I'll figure it
give,
out.
Back
give
here,
Rose
I'll
the
show you.
dagger. Give Rose the dagger. There's an Applegate Fairburn back there too. It's silvered, so
Should we do an impromptu gun handling lesson in the back of the truck while Mike sits
We are
there
doing
and
this. I don't
rolls
wanna do
to see
that.
how well it goes?
I don't want to do this, for real, because then we could be sued for improper
No,
gun
no.
techniques. Somebody thinks he learns off a Twitch
Oh,
stream.
no. I wasn't saying that we would actually like do the lesson. I was just saying I feel like Edith would sit Rose down and be like, all right, so this is how
Michael's
you do
going
it.
to do that once your guns come in and sit you down.
Michael,
First, like, you're driving.
Michael,
Still
roll
talk you through it.
cool to help out. Both of you two roll sharp to pick it up.
I got an 8.
Oh, I got a 3. I'm teaching Rose absolutely jack shit.
Well, you want to know something funny? I got a 2, so we're just like a good pair.
So the questions that are being proposed back to Michael is it's like they're operating on a different set of hypotheticals than you're trying to teach. It's like, yes, you disarm the safety, and they're like, the safety, yes, which direction I point the gun. And like it's
So
just
Rose-
one series after another of that.
Rose, you hold on to the knife.
That
Yeah.
sounds good.
Put on the body armor.
Edith does know how
keep
to
that
use a
rifle.
rifle.
Yeah, she did say that. So keep that rifle pointed away from us. Down at the ground if you're not pointing at
Edith-
something
It's
threatening.
down. It's
I got a
down.
knife and my pepper spray. I'm good. I know how to use these things.
Of course, the last time you got Edith too. So.
Hey,
Edith, what's your
hey,
emotional
I got
state?
the monster.
My emotional state is real confused because I'm going on like, I don't know, probably 4 to 6 hours of sleep in the last 3 days and, a gallon of coffee. So I would imagine I actually don't have a lot of great sense right now. And I might be shaking just a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. Probably explains some of your improper gun etiquette.
Yep.
Do you all have anything else you would like to do or discuss on this trip while you're following these bikers?
Bill, you're muted.
When we get there on the way in, I'm gonna look for exits. If I point to an exit and tell you guys to get out, just get out. I'll follow you.
We have to get Rory. We can't just leave him there.
If you need to get out though, I can't take care of you and take care of Rory at the same time. So if I tell you to get out, just get out, then I'll follow you when I can after I get Rory.
I don't know what will happen if we just leave it.
I'm gonna
Fine.
try to charm her. Yes, that's a 3.
Ah,
You don't
yeah,
find him
Edith-
calming at all.
Edith is
You
gonna
find
do
it
whatever the hell
exact
she thinks is
opposite.
important.
If
Okay,
anything,
now
you feel
that-
belligerent after that.
Now I'm gonna do what I do well and try to charm her by being tough, because that's actually one of his moves. He can use tough as his charm. That's only a 9.
Okay, he's trying to be nice, and it just comes off infuriating when he like settles down to try and get to the brass tacks of the situation. It at least makes sense.
All right. Yeah, Edith is just like, we got to get Rory back. We've got to get Rory back. Rose, we got to get Rory.
We're gonna get Rory back. It'll be okay.
Okay, but we have to get him back.
It sounds like they want you so he can hurt them. I don't think they want him alive.
See, I got something different. I thought they need her to get him unlocked, unleashed. But I didn't get the sense they wanted to be hurt.
I think they seem living a tortured existence. I don't know if I'm reading it wrong, or
When we're done, we should burn it down.
I'm gonna investigate a mystery. Can I do that?
By the way, the umbrella has folded inverted on the back of
On the
it
back.
as he drives down the highway. Yeah, it's just kind of flapping.
Can I try investigating a mystery with what clues we have so far and see if I can piece together anything?
Yes, you may.
6.
6. Do you Google while you're driving?
Rose can.
I don't.
Okay.
You take 4 harm from the wreck.
I am
We can-
happy to Google.
Okay, sounds good. That can feed into the investigation check. What was the exact number again? 8? Okay. That's a great freeze frame of Will. Anyway. Yes. You, through like piecing together what you know, you were unable to determine a ton of motive. However, they seem to at least be trying to help. They seem to at least want Edith's help figuring out what's up with Rory, whatever that means to them. And that looking up that name that Rose remembered, the Chrome Bandits, they were a mildly active MC back post like Summer of Love and stuff like that. They went all up and down the West Coast. They were sort of like neither particularly left wing nor right wing, but very like separatist leaning. Very little trust for the United States government, and they all disbanded after the leader and a lot of the upper echelon were wiped out in a pileup with a semi-truck back in the mid-70s.
So these are old corpses.
Yes.
Fun.
One might have even expected like way more rotten decay than you've got here, like theoretically soup even.
Cool.
They were probably embalmed, so
And yeah,
can we
So you
access
just-
records, see what medical records or obituaries, funeral services sort of things?
sure. With a basic Google search, you'd be able to find a little bit, not much from that time. It wasn't like national news or anything, but you do find the name Garfield Kant, Kant, yeah, like the philosopher, who was the leader of the MC when it went down.
Okay.
Otherwise, do we roll along?
Yeah, I don't have anything more. I'm sitting in the back.
Okay.
You'd have a computer back there you can access to. I'll tell you the passwords you get in. Google from back there too. This is his private eye van, so he has all kinds of cool stuff in here.
Oh yeah, I'm probably observing.
Dope.
Most of the stuff's locked, but
I'm not gonna
Okay.
poke in it. I'm not rude.
At a certain point, the motorcycles begin to turn off of the highway onto a long, empty stretch of road, back more in like the wilderness and wooded areas, probably about like an hour outside of town. And within that, you drive for about another 20 minutes and begin off-roading just slightly. The van, I'm assuming the super van, is equipped enough to handle light off-roading.
Light off-roading, but
Yeah, no like
It's-
dunes,
it's
no like
not,
giant craggy rocks or anything. I'm sure it's got good tires and suspension.
but it's also heavy, so it can't,
Yeah. It won't like crest over.
No.
Yeah, but you are able to follow along without a tremendous amount of difficulty, as they just kind of like bump along and stuff. And you come upon a what looks like a below ground garage, that they drive up to and pull it up. It's got like flat ground. Here's the door, and you like drive down in to become level with the door in like sort of a ditch. And it's got some floodlights around it to give it illumination. As it is, let's see, it was morning, probably like 9-ish or so, I'm guessing, when Rory went out. It's about like it's about like 2,
1 now. 1, 2.
yeah, 1, 2 in that range.
Okay.
But it is still like fairly dark here, given how thick the trees are just outside of this particular area. They
Yeah.
do have room cleared out to drive up to it.
Okay.
Do you drive into the garage or park outside of it?
Let's park outside.
Okay. As they all like stumble down off their bikes, you see like some other corpses standing nearby, like some of them looking a lot less put together than these guys. They'll still have like some of their paraphernalia on or something, but they look like more like desiccated, like dried out, like nasty zombies, just kind of like looking everybody up and down. One guy just seems to have gotten fed up with using rope, and he's using a bit of his own intestine to like haul some heavy things back and forth. Seemed to be easier for him to handle.
Edith, would you have that other set of body armor and the helmet and the other M4 and the nods?
The nods.
Yeah, the night vision, just in case. They're all the same gun lockers.
Was a grenade. Can we take this?
I don't have any flashbangs or anything.
And
Everything he has is technically legal, so.
And the bikers are just kind of like looking back, waiting for you to get out of the car.
So we go in.
Hop down.
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right. You follow them. There's like one of them that looks at you, takes like 2 or 3 rushing steps, and then is like,
No. Remember steps. Remember steps.
and then turns back and goes back to what he's doing.
I'm going to read a bad situation with this whole setup.
Okay.
Okay, it's 8. That's an 11.
They all badly want to eat you and are restraining themselves. Were you seeking anything more than that?
I'm trying to make sure we have a quick exit. Make sure the van is parked facing away. Lock it up tight.
Okay.
and
That's good
Make
with
sure
me.
we can get them out of there. Edith, you're keeping the keys. If I tell you to leave, you leave. I'll follow you. Same thing with you, Rose.
Okay. Even if you're saying this outside of the van, they're just kind of like moving along, like very focused on their task.
What are they doing? You said these hauling stuff. What are they?
Yeah, there's like boxes and crates around here and things like that they're just like moving. Some of it seems to be like clearing out like stuff that had a lot of like a wheel, like like trying to move wheelbarrows fairly unsuccessfully, full of like dirt and debris and stuff like that.
How old is this structure there that's down on the ground?
Looks pretty old. Looks like it could be from the 70s.
So they're clearing out their old clubhouse.
One could make that inference. All right, you follow them down?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. More of that on the way in. However, you do get a sharp fright upon entering behind a chain link fence. There are 3 or 4 of them that just grasp at it and start like trying to gnaw on the metal to try and get at all of you. And the one who led you in says,
I'm sorry. They're not very polite. Bruce was a dick when he was alive.
and then continues to lead you in. And you go down a hallway for a little bit, 2 lefts and a right. And you come upon
How's this illuminated?
more floodlights mostly. There doesn't seem to be like a central electrical current running through it.
Do we hear a generator or anything?
Yeah. You hear one like off there in the distance.
Adding to the undercurrent of growling that we just probably hear.
Yeah, between motorcycles, zombies, and the generator, the sound of this mission is.
Just a freaking brown noise machine. Cool.
Yeah.
What does Garfield want with us?
To make the murder stop.
Okay.
Who's murdering whom?
We're murdering. I don't want to do a lot of murder, but you've never lived until you've had a big, juicy brain in your mouth.
Okay.
That's how mad cow disease broke out in the Pacific Northwest.
Zombies?
No.
As he turns and continues leading you along to the aforementioned room, which has like a really dusty pool table that has like just a bunch of like entrails splattered across it. And there is a moose head up on the wall that is like turned upside down and kind of leaning at an angle. Just the look you have on it almost feels like it's going to start laughing at you, but that's just a trick of the light.
And the moose head is still. It's not like moving.
It's not moving. No, it's just upside down. Looks weird in the shadows.
Great.
And within that room, you see a very tall man, about 6'5", close to 300 pounds or so, wearing a vest with Chrome Bandit stuff on it, and has a bandana around his neck and goggles up on his head, and just like this one seems to look more gangrenous than the rest of them, but is mostly intact. Just kind of like the general thought would be kind of pussy looking, like you wouldn't want to press too hard on his flesh. And his eyes, like, they have focus, but they're just very, very yellow.
Garfield can't.
Is Rory anywhere? Do we see Rory anywhere in this room?
Not immediately, but there's a few other like rooms off of it. It looks like.
I am Garfield Kant. Yes, I am sorry for the circumstances of making your acquaintance. This is not the way that I like to conduct business. I imagine you would like to see your friendo.
Yes, please.
One friendo coming up, alligator.
And he just kind of like walks around and beckons you to follow as he fumbles with a set of keys.
He's not a very nice person.
Yeah, well, not if you capture him and beat him up.
The beating started after he took off Billy's hand. He bit it. It must have tasted awful.
And then he like opens up a room and you see Rory like almost comically bound. There's just like rope wrapped up all around him like he's coiled up to a snake, and he's just kind of like flopping on the floor. He's like, "Back for round two, are you? Oh, I'll bite every last one of your undead nuts off."
Hey, Rory.
Oh, hello, Rose. Ate it. Michael,
Hi.
fancy meeting you here.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean for you to be in danger getting coffee.
Oh, no danger. Don't worry about it. This is all just fine. We're going for a stroll. How about you? Having fun? Sorry about the coffee. Spilled it on the way.
It's
Was
okay.
getting kidnapped.
It's okay.
Is Garfield still here?
Yeah, he's just standing there, like, listening to you guys.
So, what is it you want from Rory?
Oh, yes. I am sorry. Timothy is one of the more coherent remaining members of our club, but he still has a hard time communicating. He's a real wacky bird.
Sure.
Your friends are here. I'm not gonna hit you anymore, and we can all talk like civilized folks. So
Can you untie him first?
I don't want to have my hand ripped off.
Can
Well-
you tell Rory not to attack anybody?
Yeah, if I tell him to leave you alone.
Why would you do that to a fella, Edith?
Well, I mean, for the moment, we kind of need to hear what they need.
Do we? Is that what we got to do?
Well, we're
Just-
underground with a bunch of zombies, and they need to let us go. So, yeah,
Well, that's your call then, isn't it?
Rory, don't hurt them for the moment.
Okay. Might want to specify about that moment, but we'll do for now. As he like starts looking for some sort of sharp Garfield starts looking around for a
I'll
sharp
just. I
implement.
think it'd be faster if I just do this.
Rose has got her knife. She's like,
Yeah.
I
I want to try to save as much rope as we can, just
Okay.
in case.
All right, sounds good. Yeah. This is not like shibari or anything. These guys did not have a ton of manual dexterity when putting this together. You pretty much only had to like cut it one knot to like start unraveling him.
As I'm down there untying him, I'm going to say, Rory, I'm pretty sure she means by a moment that unless any of them attack us, then you're free to do whatever you want. Pretty sure that's what she means.
As he gets up, shakes himself a little bit.
So, why are we here?
Wait, is that Rory asking or Garfield?
Oh, that was Garfield.
Garfield, you took Rory. Actually, you were just
Oh.
going to show us how to leave so that we could
Oh.
stop bothering you.
Now, I'm a gracious host when I can be, though I am not a gullible one. I'm not asking how you got here. You were rounded up by Timothy and friends. But this wild June bug here is the only one that I am aware of who could be responsible for us. We were looking for the magic for weeks. We finally found where all the magic was happening. There was an imprint like an angel at your backyard. There was all sorts of magic signs when we scouted it out. After one of us saw the light, it had to be you, right?
You're saying you think Rory cast the spell that animated you? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't do that one. I didn't do that spell.
That imprint you found wasn't a spell cast by Rory, a spell cast at Rory by a more powerful wizard.
Mike, you might want to not tell them that right now.
But what this I don't.
You said you wanted to
Rory-
stop the murders. How
I-
can we help you stop the murders?
There is lines in the sand. A man like me does not wish to cross. I owe my loyalty to the road, my brothers, and decent folk who respect the rights of others. I don't want to kill, but it is my accursed state to crave the flesh of the living. And I do not want to harm, though I will admit, in desperation, I have done so. There is a curse put upon my folk. We did not ask to arise again, though without the hunger, it would be my pleasure to ride once more. If you are telling the truth to me, then I don't know what next to do.
When did you first regain your consciousness?
Time is sifting through the holes of a spaghetti strainer to me, but I believe probably within a fortnight.
Okay.
We were mostly dug out at the start. We were all buried on the same plot. We were not well liked by the community. It was
Since
a pleasant surprise.
someone dug you out, or you dug yourselves out?
We were dug, except for a few.
What happened to the few?
Oh, we checked, and good for it. They'd have just gone crazy in there, and we wouldn't want any of us to go crazy.
Okay, we'll pull Rory aside. Rory, any chance you can do some sort of a big magic spell and end this?
Boy, in this, do you mean kill him? Again.
Or stop the animating force?
Oh, I don't. When are y'all going to get about magic? When are y'all going to get about magic? I can do anything. I can do anything. I can turn you into the spaghetti strainer he was talking about. But it's just it's variables. It's degrees of success. I could make this 1,000 times worse. And the bigger the magic is, the more resources I'm going to need to try and do something about it. And a whole gang, you know, from what I've seen, a few dozen of these here fellas, that's going to take some big magic. And whoever did it the first time had some big magic. I imagine it would be trivial for that Jason fella, from what I've seen. And I don't think he'd have bothered, you know, what with the biker gang in the middle of nowhere. But I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Where's Thomas?
I don't know.
Shite.
He's around, I'm sure.
Wasn't he back at the hotel with you, Mike?
No, I told you he left this morning. I'm not sure where he went.
Oh, great.
What kind of resources would you need?
I don't know. A week. And then we'd need to gather up some of the most powerful magical implements I could find.
Guys,
But in the meantime, they're just going to be going nuts.
I'm going to break into this conversation. Guys, if someone's waking up dead people, we can't just let them keep doing that.
Oh, that's a good point.
And
If
killing
they're all
the-
dead, no one's serving coffee.
Maybe we could figure out who is doing that and either have them undo this or...
I don't think we can just have the person with this undo it. I don't think you just talk people to
Garfield?
undoing the
It
reason why
was
they're-
our original thought to attempt, as has been suggested, but our resources are limited, and none of our electronics even work anymore, and everybody has Star Trek machines now.
Yeah. If we find who did this to you, would that help?
Milady, I think that would hopefully help. I would surrender again to the sweet abyss of death should it become necessary, but I would not confine myself to the torture of being 1,000 sentient ashes upon the wind in such a matter as burning. if it should be so, nor would I wish to ask every last one of my fellows to risk oblivion again.
Are you saying you
I
tried
would
to?
like to solve the problem if possible.
Do I have any cell service in here?
Weak, real weak, spotty.
I'm gonna try sending a text. Any please contact know who would know about disturbances in the graveyard 2 weeks ago. There's got to be a report filed about somebody digging up a graveyard, some sort of vandalism in the graveyard.
Okay, sounds good. You gotta like kind of, but eventually it goes through. You'll have to see and wait for a response on that.
Well, seeing as we can't really do anything down here, can we go?
Garfield, how many members of your club are reanimated right now?
Are we asking to determine numbers of manpower or just consciousness?
Just consciousness. How big of a spell we need, or how big a spell was used?
40. About 33 of them are functional.
And you're pretty sure you all were raised at the same time?
Within hours of each other, certainly.
And
It's
then,
hard to see.
Who was the first?
It is not pride on my part, nor any sort of exaggeration, which leads me to tell you that they took me, the leader, and raised me out of the ground first. But returning to a functional mind was hard. Like trying to get a tractor trailer to run off of vodka.
do you remember how many?
People,
Yeah. You keep saying they.
I remember one, impossible to tell, sex or defining characteristics other than a book, and in what I may call impolitely our spying, we did see this one's book. It led us to suggest that it may be your friend. Do I believe then that there is some magic force here assembled before me?
Rory turns over to Edith. Like, how would you like me to answer that?
Well, I mean, clearly he's magic, but Rory, you
Well, I didn't raise a bunch of zombies. I didn't raise a bunch of zombies. Promise.
are you missing any time?
Uh,
The rest of us
yes,
are missing time.
yes, Edith. I'm missing time. Just as
Different
always.
time than we missed.
No, Edith. I'd have told you.
Okay. He's not the one who did this.
You are not obligated then to help us remedy our terrible state. But if you would find it within your power and desire, it would be a kindness to lost souls.
Rose.
I
Sound
have
effects.
a question. Where did you guys get your motorcycles.
Again, to our shame, we arose in the middle of the night, and we went where our spirits called us and descended upon the Harley Davidson shop on the northeast side of town. We broke into it and took both keys and vehicles. It is not our desire to rob people operating shop of a living, nor to deprive others of a fine motorcycle, but steal them we did to facilitate our moving around.
I mean, that's actually great because that gives us the place to start looking, Mike, right? For where they were raised and for
Well,
what might be around there.
Maybe
Like-
someone saw something.
do I have a text back yet?
As you go to look at your phone, we will take a break for a few minutes while everybody refreshes themselves up, thinks upon potential ways to maybe help or obliterate a zombie bike group.
More zombies. All right.
Yeah,
Will. All right. So
I'll stay on for a second if
I was
I
gonna
may
say.
plug.
Go for it. In case this is your first time with us, we take a 5-10 minute break and we all share what we're working on. So, Dan, what are you working on?
All right. Hello, everybody. I don't know why I'm saying hello, because I've been here talking at you for nearly 2 hours now. We'll just do the whole thing again. Hi, I'm Dan, and I play games on the internet. One of them is this game, and this game is good. But if you like more Dan in your life and want more game and more Dan game in your life, one place that you could look is a little podcast I like to call Ombligo del Diablo. You could find it via an anchor link, which I'm sure is coming soon while I do this with my hands. Or it is
Look at
also
your bio.
pressable on my bio. I just know Aloof Puppet is probably going to post it. But you can also click on my name, Daring Dan, down in the description, and you will be able to find a link to it. It is a Mage the Ascension actual play podcast. It's got a bit of, well, we know what you like to call it. What is it actually called? Okay, all right, Sam. Sam is also in the podcast. And it is a slightly horror-tinged, magic-fueled Western set in the deserts of California. It is a strong game. It's been running and being released for a while. And yeah, it's pretty neat. Check it out. It is very mature. It gets into some really heavy themes. But I believe all of you can handle it as long as you are not below an age that is appropriate to do so. Check it out. Ombligo del Diablo. Have a wonderful time with it, I guess.
A fabulous time with all of the
Yes,
sadness and heaviness and terror that you shall that you shall. Cool. Well, thank you, Dan. We have Elle next. Elle, what are you working on? You just got back from a con.
Oh my god, so much is going on. Okay, so we just finished Genghis Khan. So if you're here because of Gooey Cube, thank you guys for joining us for Genghis Khan's great Gooey Dungeon giveaway game show. That was super fun. We had so many fun people. We had Satine Phoenix, and Jameson, her husband. They're just wonderful. They were so much fun to work with. Honestly, it was just so exciting. Now, if you're still here for Gooey Cube and you didn't get enough of us at Genghis Khan, guess what? We're headed to a con literally tomorrow, SaltCon. So if you're in the area of SaltCon, which I believe is it's in Utah, the Davis Convention Center, Conference Center. It is going to be so much fun. I'm really excited. Myself, Alphinius, Gooey Mike will be up there throwing a big old, like, woo, we're doing a great job party for ourselves, but also for all of you lovely people. So If you are in the area, come say hello because it would be really exciting to see all of you. Okay, that's my Gooey Cube news. Well, okay, 2 more Gooey Cube things. We're also going to be at Gamma Expo right after, and then GaryCon literally right after that. So March is a month of Gooey conventions. So if you want to keep up with that, go to gooeycube.com or join us on the Gooey Facebook Den, the Gooey Game Masters Den of Enlightenment. If you have questions about where to find that, simply go to our About Us section, scroll down to Gooey Cube, and click, and then you will find us. It's very exciting. The next thing I have to announce is our shop stuff. So Chloe and I are working on the shop. It's going to be super exciting. It's 110% my fault it's not open yet. But it's going to be very exciting. Our shop's going to be moving, like I've been telling you guys, for a little while. So you still have you still have got like this week at least to dive in, get anything you might have liked from the old shop before we move to the new shop. But there's going to be new merch, new types of merch. It's going to be very, very exciting. Okay.
All going to be like Uncanny Prose and Wildport sort of themed.
It's going to be great. Okay, the very last thing I have is Fateful Designs stuff. So, if you guys don't know, not only does Elle work at Gooey Cube and do Uncanny Ink stuff, but she has her own shop called Fateful Designs, or Fatefully Elle on Etsy. They wouldn't let me have my username. It was very rude. But I do stickers and art and all sorts of cool stuff. And if you have any interest in that, you can find some super cool stuff like my tarot series, which are so pretty. And I'm finishing more cards every day. So series 2 is going to be out I would say before the end of the month. I'm pretty excited. I have a long car ride tomorrow to work. But if you guys have any need for stickers, you can find a whole bunch of really cool ones on my shop. And that's exciting. And if you want to find that, you just go to our About Us section, scroll down to Fateful Designs, click it, and it will take you there.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's all I got, I think.
Brilliant.
That's all.
So I guess it's my turn. So a couple of you joined in last Thursday for our latest episode of Raid Watch Vent, which streams right here on twitch.tv at Uncanny Prose. And we did Ready Player One, and it was super fun. And I was chatting with my fellow host, and we've decided that we're going to try to do more episodes of that because we just like talking about movies and books and their adaptations and how the whole story stuff comes together and whatnot. So our lineup for this spring is going to be quite fun. Our next read is going to be A Discovery of Witches, which also I think the final season of that just dropped on the Sundance Channel, and you can get it through Amazon. We're going to be reading The Crucible, which is both a play and also a movie with Winona Ryder in it. Classic, but we were going to go back into our theater roots for that one. Then we are going to do Murder on the Nile and Murder on the Orient Express because that new movie just dropped. And finally, we're going to do Annihilation. So there's your book list, your reading list, your watch list for the next couple months. We'll be typically doing the regular episodes are going to be the last Thursday of the month right here, 8 p.m. And we're going to be sticking some bonus episodes in there a couple Thursdays of the month. Keep an eye on our channel for when we're streaming. And that's about it for me. However, our last member, Bill, has some cool stuff that's coming up. What are you working on?
Working on my own RPG supplement company, launching here very soon. We'll actually have products available, at least one PDF and hoping physical copies. Hoping by the start of next month. It's just so close, but and then a couple more should come out fairly quickly after that. So, but
Nice.
If you like old school D&D, because that's what I grew up on, almost literally. It's
He's been playing it since the game was invented, so
almost.
cool stuff.
Yeah, when we first sat down, virtually to talk about starting Uncanny Prose, we went through introductions, and I told everybody I'd been playing D&D longer than they've been alive. They all kind of scoffed. I told them what time I started. They're like, oh wow, yeah, that's true. So,
Maybe. No. So yeah, so if you want OG materials from someone who understands the game like none of us do, definitely check out Will Store. We will have the link for that in his bio as soon as that all goes live. So, I think that's about it. Elle is grabbing one more thing, but we could advance. P.S. Have either of you read Ready Player One?
no,
No.
you're still muted, Dan.
Oh, Dan, you're muted.
My bad. Sorry. Yeah, I have not read it personally. I've heard very mixed reviews from amongst people I know who mostly were like, I guess, skeptical of the value of such a thing existing, but still finding it like moderately entertaining.
The book or the movie?
Kind of both.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
What was your takeaway? I did not get to watch Read Watch Events.
It's an entertainment. I'm judging your friends who are skeptical of the
Okay.
value. If they want to defend their position, they can come on the stream and talk about it.
Debate.
No, in Aloof Puppet heard good things about the movie, less about the book. In my person, oh hi Erin, sweet, she's in the
Oh.
chat, yay!
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I really liked the book. It's a very interesting ode to the 80s. I was super disappointed with the movie because the movie was not. The movie was an ode to like modern shooter games,
Okay.
which was not what I went to the theater to go see. So it was
Fair
weird.
enough.
And
I-
yes, Flaw, the book club does get bigger. Thanks for tuning in. If you missed the list of what we're reading next, you can feel free to rewind a few minutes because we just dropped our whole spring lineup.
I'd be thrilled to hear about Annihilation.
I'm super excited about Annihilation, and then Discovery of Witches, and I don't know. There's the one that you were suggesting.
The Magicians.
Magicians is on our list at some point. That's gonna be in there somewhere.
The show is fun. The show is a fun show that feels like the intent was to go in doing edgy Harry Potter,
Mm-hmm.
which is also the book, but the book is also like kind of a weird postmodern deconstruction of fantasy as a genre.
Yep.
And it's
Fantasy
really good, and I love it.
College in a
Yes.
weird way.
Yes. And personal growth in general as an idea. It's real neat. I love those books.
Oh yeah. I was surprisingly impressed with the TV show because I feel like usually those teeny boppers, unless the show is just completely jumps the shark, like I'd say Vampire Diaries is probably the prime example. Just completely, this is absurd. It's gonna be absurd. There's love triangles, blah. If the shows try to take themselves seriously, no, I'm out.
When you hit a point, like, I think that the problem with something like Supernatural after a while, as opposed to the Vampire Diaries, was Supernatural still wanted to get you on board after like 8 seasons of like, man, this could be our last mission. BS. No way. The Vampire Diaries is at least more aware of what it is, and
Right.
I enjoy that.
Also, True Blood. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Never watched it, but should.
True Blood is the cable twin sibling of Vampire Diaries. Like it's the same story, but more adultish because it was.
There's naked humans, from what I understand.
Oh yeah.
That is a thing that exists.
And we are just waiting for Elle to get back, and then we will start our story again.
We're just having a comfy stream, everybody. We're just chilling. We're just enjoying ourselves. This is what you all came here to watch, right? Like,
I'm interested in True Blood as the World of Darkness. That's interesting. I've only ever seen a couple. I literally only got 5 episodes into the show, and then I don't know. I got distracted by something. But World of Darkness, okay.
World of Darkness is very fun. I'd love to run more of it, like around here at some point. It's what we did Ombligo del Diablo with.
Oh, yeah.
mage system specifically, which is a subset of World of Darkness. Ah, it's L.
Hello, sorry. We
I
had
know.
a rabbit acting like a child. We had to deal
Oh,
with it.
Oh no. Hope the baby was okay.
She's
and yeah, Jack's Last Supernatural was kind of a D&D campaign.
for
A
real.
little bit.
Well,
Bit.
that's someone who, that they tapped out at level 20 like season 4 or 5.
Season
They're
5.
just like season 5 is really good. That's where they fight the devil, right?
Only in D&D do you die and get brought back as often as
Yes.
Okay.
But
You're
so we shall resume our zombie hunting.
Mhm.
Actually,
Well, the hunt was successful. You found the zombies.
we found the zombies, the adorable zombies that are actually surprisingly polite and articulate. I'm gonna try to get Dan up at the top since he is keeper. Give me 1 second, guys.
Yes, away from.
Oh, that did that aggressively.
And now I shall rule the top of the screen with an iron fist.
Boom. There we go. Okay, we are back.
Okay.
Still in the lair of the zombies.
Still in the lair of the zombies. Michael was checking his phone to see if there was any response from his text asking about grave robbing. You had a contact on the force, and the message that you get back is, who the hell told you we were hoping to get the bodies back before we made an official announcement?
I don't want to word this.
There was definitely a bunch of missing bodies 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know where it was though.
Can they tell us? I mean, we can also just go to the Harley. It has to be walking distance from the Harley dealership.
All right, that's starting to help us too much. But if
How
the
far
police are
did-
investigating this,
How far did you guys walk? Garfield.
Some small handful of miles.
Okay.
at
All
least
right.
give it a shot.
It's a plot. They don't bury people everywhere. Can't we just Google cemetery by Harley Davidson?
The
Yeah,
multiple
let's-
meanings of the word plot had me thinking that you believe there was some sort of a spy about.
No.
let's step outside where we have some good internet access and do some research.
Okay.
That's all right with you, Garfield. We're going to try to set this straight.
You
Would-
are free to come and go for the time being at your leisure.
Would you like? Well, I like pull Mike aside. I'm like, should we let them come with us?
No, they need to stay here.
Could they
They're
be-
fighting their.
I mean,
Not,
a horde of zombies. If we encounter someone like Jason, might be helpful. A horde of angry zombies.
I think Jason would probably turn them in against us anyway, and they're not that effective in combat. If you saw, you almost took one down with an umbrella.
Well, yeah, but there's like a bunch of them. And in fairness, I didn't take it down with the umbrella. It stayed standing.
I think keeping them separate is going to be our best bet for their safety and for everyone else's.
All that I ask of you is that before you make firm decisions regarding the state of our being, that you consult us.
That's
I cannot enforce this upon you. Merely ask.
Well, in case we need to make a snap judgment, what would you like? Do you want to die again?
If given to my own devices, I would prefer to exist without the ceaseless hunger. If it is a choice between existing at the peril of all around me or non-existence, I shall indeed take the latter.
Okay.
We'll go out
Thank
to the
you for
van.
your hospitality.
And I shall see you in a while, Miss Crocodile.
Yes.
We're going
And
now,
I-
right? We're going. We're leaving. We're leaving
Yeah,
this
we're
place.
leaving. We're
Yes.
leaving.
All right. All right. Great. Good. Good on me.
Also, looking over Rory, does he look bad or is he looking okay?
No, like facial damage. No, no, like.
the face.
Yeah. you can be sure that at one point the guy like had to kick him to get him to stop like just biting at people, and that actually did come out of his mouth. Oh, not the face.
All right, so back to the van.
All right, back out to fan. Oh shit! Damn it, all to hell!
What?
What's wrong?
I don't know how much was left on it, but the
What?
gift card. I dropped it. I dropped it when I was kidnapped.
I will give you
It's-
another
it's-
gift card.
It's fine, Rory. Let's pull up a map on the computer of the Harley dealership and start looking for cemeteries around that area.
Okay. It's probably about like, it's an hour to get back into town. From there, like probably another like 20 minutes drive.
Well, I want to find the cemetery first,
Okay, sure.
and then I'm going to go talk to my contact at the police station, try to get some more information out of him.
All right. Yeah. Phone call or text.
Phone call, so it's all plausible liability.
Okay. Yeah, you give a ring there, and here on the other end, certainly not the New York accented gentleman that DM brought for you last time, because I don't think I could replicate it. But Michael, holy shit. What's going on, Mike?
Well, so I got a client who went to the Shady Oak Cemetery and saw that she said it was her uncle had been dug up.
Jesus, we tried to keep the damage real light. Most of those people, we got word that they hadn't been visited in a long time. These weren't
Yeah, she doesn't live
particularly
here.
popular folks.
She doesn't live here. She was in town, thought she'd come by and see it. She'd heard stories about her uncle. So I was doing some digging around. I mean, not literally, but
Yeah, better not be literal, Mike.
yeah.
If I find
So-
out you had something to do with this and that's why you're calling me,
Oh,
I
no.
understand any sort of information I could give you is off the table.
Yeah. No, you know me.
I know you well enough.
So how many graves were dug up? Was it?
It was a lot, man. It was a lot. There was a lot of graves dug up. It was a whole patch.
She said her uncle was in a biker gang. Were they all members of a biker gang?
Yeah, I guess it's ancient history, but there is some word that they were involved in criminal activities, mostly moving hallucinogenics around. I don't know, like real hippy dippy stuff, ayahuasca, things like that, and they seemed to not be particularly interested in paying taxes.
Yeah. What? Do you have the date when they were all dug up?
Yeah, 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay. And time out real quick. Is this before or after we went missing?
The bodies were dug up before you went missing. I apologize if I've messed up that timeline.
No,
Of future
that's
DM
right.
watching this, but I think that
Let's
it was
just
like
make sure.
it was like a week ago that we woke up in the building, I believe.
I think it was 2 weeks, but yeah, just a
Whatever.
little bit before.
A bit
Okay.
before that.
Yeah,
A few
okay.
days.
All right, yeah. You guys don't have any leads, do you? I'll keep you appraised if we get anything. But
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We're a bit swamped right now. The reason that we haven't investigated this harder is because we've got bigger fish to fry. There was word of like some kind of explosion out to sea a ways. There was I mean, Jesus, man, you know about the kidnappings?
Yeah.
Like a bunch of dug up graves was not at the top of our priorities.
Yeah.
Not to mention some break-ins, but
Break-ins where? Like, close by?
Uh,
or?
yeah, sure, some small businesses, and a Harley dealership.
If you give me the names of the business, I can run down stuff for you. If anything I find, I don't care about getting any credit. You know that. I'll let you guys get all the credit for any callers you make. I just want to.
That needs to
get
go
paid
both
for my
ways
call.
too, though. I'm not involved if this gets bad
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
Yeah, you just give me. It's all public record stuff I'm getting from you. It's nothing.
Mike.
I could dig around and find this stuff, but it's easier if you just give me what you have collated. Nothing traceable to you, though.
All right, fine. Yeah, you got it. Send them over.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Hangs up.
Did
So
you
we
guys
know
catch? Did you catch most of that?
Enough.
All right. So apparently, either the zombies broke into some places other than the Harley dealership, or whoever's doing the digging broke into those places, or it was just a random occurrence the same night.
Two things catch your eye. One is that the break-ins include the Harley dealership, but also relatively nearby to the cemetery is also where a handful of the other break-ins took place. 3 of them are all in the same HOA, Wilson Glen, which is not directly adjacent, but close enough.
Okay.
Hey, Edith, can you run some background checks on the people, the home business owners, homeowners on that computer back there?
Oh, you mean you don't want me to just Google them?
I have access to stuff you don't have without paying for it. So
Fabulous. So I go on the computer and I'm looking up this HOA, or am I looking up the break-in? I'm looking up the break-ins.
any names associated with the break-ins, the owners, or if it was all businesses or houses.
3 houses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So I found the 3 houses.
Anything interesting on their owners?
Roll to investigate a mystery. Roll sharp.
They are. Oh gosh, I got 3.
I got an 8. So can I help her?
Edith needs to freaking lay off the coffee.
Rose, would you like to help
Would
on
love to
this?
help.
Yeah, you're allowed to help if you want.
Oh, we finally got an okay roll, and you said it was sharp.
Yep.
Okay, well then we get to keep it. 9.
9. Okay, so an 8 and a 9, and a 3. Together, looking around and like poking around for different details in the computer system and everything, you are able to determine that 2 of the people who were had their houses broken into were members of the HOA board. And the third one had several complaints lodged against him for like general belligerence and like very loud fights and like just screaming at the neighbors.
Okay. So, well, there's 2 members of the HOA board. What if Mike? No offense, but this van is super suspicious, and I don't know. What if Rose and I pose as journalism students and just go ask the people what happened?
That is something I could actually be helpful with.
That could work.
We'll start with the HOA board members, and then I don't know. Maybe you can talk to the guy who likes to yell at people.
All right. Make sure you ask them if there's anything, what was stolen, if anything.
Yeah.
All right. See if they notice any muddy footprints or anything. If these zombies came out of the graves, if they're the ones broke in, they'd probably leave a lot of big mess.
I mean, it's just a neighborhood and it's the middle of the afternoon. What if we just divide and conquer?
Sounds good.
I'll take HOA.
Where am I
first.
dividing?
Oh, Rory, come with me.
All right, you got it.
Yeah. So I'll take I'll take HOA board member number 1. Rose, take HOA board member number 2. Mike, take Angry McGee.
Might have been more fun to deal with Angry McGee, but yeah,
Would
number
you
1.
rather
you got
deal
it.
with Angry McGee, Rory? You can deal with Angry McGee.
Well,
Let
I
me
mean,
try to
we've
do
got
it on my own.
Mike. We've got Mike.
Well, yeah, but do you want to be backup?
I think I'll be fine on my own.
He thinks he'll be fine on his own. No, it's
You
fine. I'm
could
going with you, Edith.
disguise yourself, Rory.
That's true. I could disguise myself. Okay, no, I'll be a college student. All right, let's do this. As he reaches back and he sees like face shift around and stuff, and you see like somebody wearing like a hemp sweater with like the little dangly strings that he's got like kind of like hanging out of his mouth, kind of like nomming on him. Just like some acne scars from like old acne, like just kind of thick beard that's not very well trimmed and like kind of tangly hair.
Rory, you were already a college student.
What do you mean?
I mean, this is fine. This is fine.
This is great.
How are you backup for Mike, though?
No, dude. I was gonna be your radical backup,
Okay.
bro.
All right. You're coming with me.
Okay.
Okay, a few miles out from HOA, I'm going to go in the back of the van, get out some general contracting, big magnetic signs, stick them on the sides of the van on each side, and then have the girls go sit up front, change into a coat and tie, and then drive up, drop them off, and then I'll park a few blocks away from
So
the McAngrican's house and walk up in a coat and tie with a
So, approaching Wilson Glen, you do see that there's a guardhouse out by the major entrance to it. It is up against the side of a large hill, so there is only one main entrance to the community, and there is a metal gate that seems to operate like electronically from the guardhouse, and you see one fairly young, fairly alert for a security guard looking fella step out. I'm sorry, you on the guest list for today?
I'm here to talk to. Did we get what's the name of the?
Wait, are we all
Yeah.
walking up together?
No, we're driving in the
Yeah,
van.
yeah.
Oh, in
Yeah,
the van.
in the van at the moment. We'll roll with McGee. Chester McGee.
We're here to see Chester McGee. He doesn't know we're coming. The captain sent me down here.
The captain. I'm gonna need some clarification.
Captain McGregory. He was the one
Who is
investigating the
Captain?
break-ins. He was investigating the break-ins.
You got some verification of that, pal?
Why am I going to verify it to you?
Because this is my job, pal. I'm not supposed to let people in if they aren't supposed to be here.
You're doing a really good job, by the way.
Thank you. See, some people are polite.
Wait, can he see all of us, or are we not in the back? Oh, yeah.
There's
yeah,
like
Rose-
in the
there's
front.
only 2 seats in the front, so unless like you're sitting in each other's laps.
Is there like a curtain separating from the back?
Yeah,
or-
it's like a work van.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I like elbow Rory, and I'm like, Rory, can you look like the police chief right now?
He
he turns into like James Cagney with a hat on.
Oh God.
How do I look? Does it work?
I don't think that's a current uniform. Never mind.
Rose kind of waves over and she's like, "Hey, I know we're supposed to fill out paperwork and get put on a list, but we were kind of hoping to surprise him."
Gee, I don't know. Go ahead and roll charm.
This is my skill, guys.
An
Okay, with a +3, that is an 11.
11. You're extraordinary. Okay, but it's getting logged here. If there's any funny business,
No, totally swear.
okay. And you cleared this ahead of time. Understand?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, whatever. All right, let's go. And he opens up the gate for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, and you're able to drive on it, and you were able to do precisely what you said if you wish, dropping them off at different places and going to see Chester.
We start with Chester.
Okay, works for me. Okay, you approached the door.
Yep.
Okay.
Knock friendly.
Jesus Christ, what is it?
Hey, Mr. McGee,
Who's asking?
Detective Brannigan. Hear about your break-in occurred 2.5 weeks ago.
Oh God.
You see a person with like round glasses, shaved head, kind of hunched over, open the door.
I already told him everything. You don't need to ask me any more questions.
No, but we've had some backlogs, so we're trying to get a fresh look at this case. All right, step inside, sir. Take a
Fresh.
look.
The whole thing's rotten. Rotten. What do you want to even see? What do you want to look at? You want to look at my home? You want to
Just
trample
see.
through it? You want to get my floor all dirty with your boots?
My shoes are clean, sir. Just want to take a look around, get a fresh set of eyes in the crime scene.
If I do this, if I let you in, and you don't get him, this loser, this social parasite coming around here looking for drugs or whatnot, trying to steal things for drug money. These little cretins. Then I'm gonna sue your apartment, your department to Kingdom Come.
You certainly have that right, sir.
Kind of get in.
So, tell me again what time and how you were able to determine that. I need to go over the previous notes.
Do they not even these government workers? Jesus Christ! I was asleep. It was the middle of the night. It was like 2 a.m. I was upstairs in my bed. I think everybody else who was around there for that night was too. Nobody got a good look. They came around here like some hoodlums,
You,
hiding from everybody.
you could get an idea how many the numbers or anything.
No, I couldn't get an idea of numbers from my bed.
Was there? You didn't come downstairs at all.
After they came in and they left.
How long were they in here? According to your best recollection.
I don't know. It was probably 7-8 minutes. I heard clattering. I attempted to find some manner of protecting myself, and by the time I actually got down there, they were gone.
And our reports that you didn't notice anything stolen, anything of significant value.
Unless you count my comb.
You haven't turned up anything else that's been missing since then?
No, the comb out of my bathroom and a lot of broken glass. That's it.
Can you show me where they're broken again, please?
He takes you around a corner and points with his walking stick over to like a sliding glass door that was busted through, and you see like tape around the new setup.
And you said there's no blood anywhere?
No blood. Some gross spots. I think one of them must have thrown up.
All right. Any mud, dirt, anything else was...
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. There was plenty of mud. I mean, it's the Northwest, man. It's water always with the water.
I'm looking around. Is his backyard fenced in at all or anything? Or... You might have stepped
Yeah,
outside, so
but
I'll take a look.
it's like knee high. Most like it seems like all of the fences for this neighborhood are a bit uniform, and they're all more to keep like small dogs apart and show an obvious separation than for lots than any sort of like security. The outdoor fence is more for that.
I take a walk around his backyard, see if I can see any spots in the fence where there's any, like somebody tore a, piece of clothing or spread some ichor on the fence or anything.
Feel free to investigate it.
All right. Oh, snake eyes. That's a total of 3.
3. Okay.
So I find the fence.
Yeah, there's and honestly, it takes you a long enough time that he is quickly losing patience as you look around.
How old is this guy?
He's like 68.
All right. I look around the outside of his house. Anything interesting in the room? 1-story house, 2-story house? I guess 2-story house. He's upstairs.
Story. Yeah. Now, otherwise, it's just a white house, very like immaculately kept yard. All of the houses around here look plain but pristine.
No evidence of any pets. No one is in the house.
No. Seems to live alone.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. We are making some progress in this case. We hope to get you some answers soon.
I should hope so. And get out of here. Get out. I got shows to catch. I gotta get my mind off of all of this nonsense now. All right. Next up, we can go with Rose as she investigates the second house. All right. You see an old woman in her 80s. She is rather short, probably about 5'2", really curly hair that seems to be like dyed brown. Yes, I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello?
My name's Rose. I'm a journalist. Well, I'd like to be a journalist.
Oh,
I heard there might have been a break-in.
there was a break-in. There was a break-in a few weeks ago, dear. Were you trying to ask about it?
I would love to if that's at all possible. But if you're
Oh.
busy, I understand.
No. What with my husband up in bed all the time these days, I'm happy for the company, dear. Hold on. Would you like anything? Do you need some water or some tea?
Oh, I appreciate it, but
I even have sparkling water.
I guess I could take some sparkling water, but only
All
if
right.
it's not too much.
No. Let me get you something. Would you like lemon or raspberry?
Raspberry would be wonderful.
You got it, darling. What are you hoping to find out, dear?
Well, I was just hoping to get some more information. All I could really find was that there was a break-in. Did they take anything important?
Oh, no. The damage what was most concerning. She puts down the can of raspberry bubbly water in front of you. No, it wasn't. And she pulls a blanket over her lap. See, they came in through the window. I don't even know why. It feels like it would have been easier to break a door down than make that much noise. The doors are sturdy, but they're not. Me and my Amos, we talked about it, and he was confused. There were easy entry points. They just seemed to jump right through there. I didn't get a good look, but I have trouble sleeping sometimes, and it was some fellow in all black. And, well, I ran away. I hope you understand.
Well, of course, I would never expect anyone to face that.
In my younger days, I'd have given him what for.
I would
You know-
imagine so.
I actually served my country back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, Air Force.
I'm embarrassed to say I didn't ask your name first.
Oh, my name is Mildred.
Nice to meet you, Mildred. I'm Rose.
It's a pleasure.
So they broke in through the window but didn't take anything at all?
Well, I wouldn't say nothing. It was very strange. This blanket, well, it's a new one. You see, they came and took the old one that I knitted.
Stolen knitted blanket. Did it have any sentimental value? Did it belong to someone?
Oh, only that I spent a long time on it. This one's still much softer. I suppose I was being stubborn holding on to that old thing. It's not such a big problem, and we have money here. It's not such a big deal to replace a window, but still, it's quite disturbing.
Right. It's hard to feel safe after that.
Especially with Amos doesn't get up much anymore, you see. He's sick quite often.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Comes with getting old.
Is there anything I can help with? Anything I could do to make it better?
You just keep studying, dear. You make something real great of yourself, and don't take your youth for granted. It's a wonderful time to be alive, and hopefully when you're my age, you can look back at all you've accomplished and I don't even know where I was going. Old folks trying to be inspiring.
No, I liked it.
And find someone you care about to settle down with.
I think I'll do that. Well, I hate to ask, but could I possibly give you my phone number if you remember anything else or think of anything?
I don't think that as the days go by, my memory gets better rather than worse, but by all means.
All right. And she'll write her phone number down for her and give it to her. And she's like, just if there's anything strange or out of the ordinary, or you notice anything else.
You got it, dear.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, I'll see you out. She gets up and meanders over to help you out the door.
And she'll kind of glance as they walk by at the window. There's not like blood or mud or anything around the edge.
No. Though, admittedly, there would have been plenty of time to clean up such superficial things.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Have a lovely day, dear.
You too. Thank you.
And we will go ahead and switch over to Rose and Rory.
Okay. Before we get to the door, Rory, I want to try to look around the house a little bit just to see if there's anything. So I'm going to, at some point after asking questions, disappear to the bathroom. And I just need you to stall the guy or lady.
So, all right, yeah, I can talk to him. And is there anything in particular you want me to say? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm great at chit chat, but
No, I'll hang around. We're both journalism students, right? So we both got to ask some questions.
we're both.
I can do most of the questions if you want me to.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just because I don't.
But then I want to look around.
All right,
See
Yeah,
if there's
sure.
something weird.
no problem.
Okay.
Whatever you need,
Thank you.
as always.
I'm sorry they took you. It wasn't too bad, was it?
More embarrassing than anything else. But then again, that's a lot of things now.
Well, here we go.
Fuzzy boy, work with me. Yeah, there we go.
Ba-boom. All right, so walk up to the door, knock, knock, knock.
Okay. And on the other side, you see fairly well-dressed man in like his mid-40s. He's got like dark hair, a gray suit with the jacket off, sitting on a coat hanger.
Hi.
Yes, hello?
My name's Edith. This is Chad. And
Yes, Chad.
we're journalism students at the university, and we heard that there was a break-in a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, and we were hoping that we could interview you about it.
What? I'm sorry, what sort of university news wants to know about break-ins at an HOA?
Well, I mean, we're supposed to be doing stuff about more local color and, crime being
You
on
know
the
there were
rise.
kidnappings, right?
Well, but we're trying to see if there's a connection between this and the kidnappings, maybe, and all crime is bad crime. So
Yes, all crime is bad crime. Okay, all right, so you came here. You got in past our security guard, and you wanted to ask me about the night that my home's broken into.
yeah,
Ask.
well, was there anything weird about that night? Do you remember the break-in? Did they take anything?
Yeah, sure. I remember the break-in. They came in, and I tried to hit one of them. They shoved me over, and my head went through a glass table of mine. And when I woke up, they didn't even take anything. Unless you count, I don't know, they cleaned up the broken glass and made off with that.
The broken glass that your head went
Yeah.
through?
Yeah.
Can I see, are there like residual cuts on his head?
Yeah, you can see that there's like little stuff, not like big nicks or anything, but you can see like what's probably a couple weeks after some small lacerations.
Right. They just came through the front door? Did they come through the back? How many?
I'm sorry, this is starting to give you more trouble than it's worth. Look, I don't know you. I don't know you, Edith and Chad. I think I'm going to go back in my home now.
Okay. Nothing else weird has been happening since then?
Goodbye.
Rory, I don't think I'm a good journalist.
I think I'm a very good Chad.
You were fabulous.
Thank you.
I guess we go back.
Okay. And everyone meets up again back at the van. When doing so, they all converge. I imagine that there was a spot that was picked nearby somewhere. Do we have our other two on standby?
Yep. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I was trying to draw that out. Do it in code. Insinuate.
Nope. Sorry.
So once everybody's back in the van, we'll compare notes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the guy I talked to is pretty much a jerk. I'm pretty sure it's zombies because he's what he described sounded like ichor, drops of blood and mud, just broken glass. The only thing they stole from him was a comb. Seems kind of odd.
The only thing stolen from Mildred was a blanket,
The
but
only-
it didn't really sound like a zombie.
Our guy, they cleaned up the mess they made and only took the glass with his blood on it.
Oh, yeah. You know, now that you say that, the glass with his blood on it sounds a million times more threatening.
Yep. And McGee, they said they took a comb.
Yeah. How did they know if the glass had his blood on it?
Well, he said he fell through the glass.
Oh,
Yeah, nicks all over.
So, and your guy took a comb, right? So hair and the knitted blanket. I don't know. Maybe.
She said it wasn't even that sentimental, just the time she put into making it.
But I'm sure there's pieces of her skin on it.
or hair or both.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're making fabric, people.
Or. Okay, but why would.
No. Edith, did your guy say he actually saw who it was?
No, I mean, he saw a couple people. He was. I'm not good at this. He was not very forthcoming with information.
I don't like him.
But did he? Because the guy I talked to stayed upstairs all the time. He's an old, cranky old man who was scared, I think. Rose, sounds like your person you talked to was an old lady.
Yeah, she was old but super sweet.
It sounds like my guy was startled, and then they threw him through a glass table, and he went under. So, no helpful descriptions, but I don't think this is good.
No.
Rory, is this like?
I'm
What
gonna
can you do with this?
Like, look, I'm trying to put something together, and the only thought I have currently, just from what expertise I do possess, is that if you get somebody's hair, somebody's blood, could be follicles of skin, could just be, proximity to her. They wanted something from these people. It could have been the zombies, could have been sent in here, could have been something else. It doesn't sound like that first little bit the zombies had much control over what was going on, stumbling about. Could be that was taken advantage of. But as far as what a skilled mage could do with articles investments close to someone, not a lot savory, friends.
How old was
A lot savory.
the guy you talked to, Edith?
He
He
was,
was mid-40s.
middle-aged.
Rose, the people we talked to, if they die the next few weeks, it wouldn't raise too many alarms.
I don't.
She said that her husband was sick, but I didn't see him. I thought it was a little too personal to ask.
Yeah. I would look at a map where the graves were dug up, the Harley leadership in these houses, and is there a line, anything? Is it all along the same general direction, or?
So, looking at the map of the community from above, go ahead and investigate.
That's a 13.
13. Looking at it there, it is hard to see like a
Sorry,
distinct
it's a
pattern
12.
from there. A 12, still good enough. It's hard to see a distinct pattern. It seems like it would have been a little bit out of the way, not too much. But there is the gate to think about, and it's weird from what you've seen of these zombies. While they might be coordinated and at home on the bikes, they're pretty clumsy doing everything else. And the idea of them getting over the fence, which surrounds all the community that is not against that hill face, is kind of difficult. One other thing you do notice, though, and it probably would not have struck you like this were you not in your own line of work, it seems to form an odd pattern from an aerial angle. The community and all of its expansion and the gate that surrounds it kind of looks like a pentagram. And we will go ahead and call for the night there.
They built an HOA in the form of a pentagram?
Always said they were demonic.
Nobody was like, hey guys, this looks weird.
Like, hey, I'm just looking at this, but I'm seeing a design flaw.
That happens. There have been buildings like after World War II built in swastikas kind of by accident. If you look from overhead,
Yeah, it's true.
Stuff like that happens.
Real phenomena.
Oh, geez. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We will be back for part 2 at 8 p.m. Mountain Time next Tuesday with the lovely Dan as our keeper again. And we will see if we can solve the mysteries of who the heck raised this surprisingly polite biker gang and whether we can return them to the peace of their eternal slumber or not. So, thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you guys next week.
All right. Have a lovely night, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.
Bye, everybody.